We are live. We are also direct in the building with Quinna Oceanna Water, who is a guide helping women reprogram their subconscious patterns to claim their voice and design the life they always desired. With her inner meridian system, she states you do not need more answers. You need to unlock the ones already in you. You need to step into that new frequency to stop you from overthinking and get you into aligned action. Welcome to Sheely's She Sells. Quinna in the building. Speak to me, sister. I love that background.
That was a fabulous introduction. You pretty much got the heart of it.
Try my best here. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best out here. Let me know. Who do you serve? Are they six figures, beginners, corporates? Speak to me. Like, who are they?
Yes. So I work with women who have reached some level of success and yet they cannot fully feel it in their body. Like they're so used to the go, 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 go that they don't know how to actually experience and feel what they've achieved and what they've accomplished. And so there's this gap between what they're doing and what they're actually embodying. And so I help them to really reclaim themselves, come home to themselves in a way so that they learn that they're already enough.
Amazing. And what's the typical outcome, Quinna, that you get for your clients?
The women who work with me tell me that they walk differently. Like after we work together, they hold themselves differently. They feel like they can make boundaries in a different way. They can turn off. Like they don't have to come home and still be on and like waking up at 2 a.m. and stressed. And instead they feel like more regulated on a deeper level.
Okay, brilliant. And how do you get visible? Do you do master classes? I know you got a stunning website there, but yeah, in terms of visibility, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I do live empowerment workshops and I speak at different networking groups. And I recently spoke at something called 7 Minutes of Impact, which was really fun. And that was where you basically take some of the most valuable information that you have and condense it into 7 minutes and then share in that way. So that was really fun. But yeah, mostly through speaking and workshops.
Amazing. Tell us a bit about your name. I think it's the most original name that I've ever come across. Of the 140 podcasts I've done on She Leads, She Sells, this name is very pure. Speak to us about this name.
It's so funny because I actually only recently started claiming my middle name.
Wow.
I used to just go by Quinna Water, which is a great name in itself. And then I just realized my middle name is Oceanna. How am I not branding this? So yeah, it means 5 oceans of water, which is very much in alignment with who I am because I love water so much.
Fair enough. Sorry, is that your real name?
Yeah, it
Wow.
is.
Wow. I bet that gets a lot of conversations going, right? That's a great conversation because people must think, hey, you're a spiritual coach who named themselves after the water, you know? You went to La Jolla, and as you was walking in La Jolla Beach, San Diego, you thought, okay, I'm going to call myself Quinna Oceanna Water.
Oh, it's on my birth certificate.
Oh, wow. That's, applause to your parents for the originality there.
Yeah, true.
Why'd you do this work? Why?
It's really changed my life. There was many, many years that I didn't understand the patterns that I was running. I didn't know how to turn off. I didn't know how to slow down. I didn't know how to stop. And it really disconnected me from my own power in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
And when I began to understand the subconscious mind and how much impact it has on the results that we achieve, unlocked so much for me because I just had no idea. And when I started to uncover, oh wait, these are my subconscious beliefs and I don't actually agree with them. And then once you have that awareness, then you can start to shift them. But until you understand like what those deeper patterns that are running you are, they continue to run you, even if you don't like the results that you're experiencing.
Wow. I could
Yeah.
listen to you all day.
Yeah, I'm pretty obsessed with the topic because really many people teach you that you just need to try a different strategy. You need to read another book. You need to do more, do more, do more. And often it's not about doing more. It's about doing the right things, right? You can spend all day and get nothing done, right? Because you're not doing what you're meant to do.
When your clients are, this is what they pay thousands of dollars for, and we're giving away these golden nuggets.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think, we're in a state of information overload, right? It's not even about the information, it's about being able to embody it and integrate it.
Amazing. Speaking of books, this is one of my favorite that I love to dig into, talking about the power of the self-image.
Nice.
Yeah. In terms of your work with the subconscious, what are you digging into? What's your favorite book that taps into the subconscious?
I must say that my very favorite book on the topic is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy.
Joseph Murphy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Joseph Murphy has a lot of really amazing books. And that was one of the ones that really helped educate me on what exactly is the power. Like the power is so immense. It is so, so immense. And yet many of us do not even know. So when I learned, and I love, I can believe all this stuff just from my own experience, but when I actually learn like the science behind it, it helps it land differently. It's, oh wait, this is not just some woo-woo thing that I just made up. This is actually science that's backed by doctors.
Yeah. It's amazing because actually I've got a whiteboard. I'm not sure if you've done any research on me, or probably not, right?
Just a little.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got a whiteboard methodology that I've been using for the past 4 years, and I wrote a book. A book's about to be published on it. And so for the past 4 or 5 months, I've realized it's a tool that accesses the subconscious mind. Why? Because when we're speaking like this, we're speaking consciously, we're speaking, okay, does she understand? Da, 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 da. But when we open up a whiteboard, we are really leaning into the aspect of visuals
Mm.
and beliefs. And so people aren't understanding anymore, they feeling and they're experiencing. And so the best way to create a better sales experience, create a new sales experience. Better way to shift negative beliefs, create new beliefs live. And that's the magic, right? Rather than tell someone, hey, it's going to be so good when you come into my program, show them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I love that you brought up the whiteboard because that writing and that, putting it on like pen on paper or, marker on whiteboard, it actually connects both sides of your brains. And so it helps you to activate on a deeper level. So it actually works in more ways than one.
Amazing. What's the
Yeah.
price of one of your programs?
So my one-on-one work is a minimum 4-month container, and that is $7,000.
Amazing. Question. She leads, she sells. Quinn, I love that program of yours, but I just haven't got the money. How do you do with that? She leads, she sells. That's what we ask our guests. How do you do with that?
Yeah, so the thing is that when you value something and you're in a position where you are no longer willing to tolerate where you're at in your life, you find a way.
Ooh.
We prioritize different things, right? Like somebody can tell you, "Oh, I can't afford your stuff," and then they need a root canal, and all of a sudden they've got $5,000.
Wow.
So I really believe that it's more about understanding what the person needs and helping them to understand it, right? Because if you understand the cost,
Look at this.
right? Like if you're living in these patterns that are running your life, that is going to impact your income. And so if you want to stay at the same income, then you'll stay in the same patterns. But the people who are wanting to actually break through, you need to invest in yourself, right? Like I just attended something and they mentioned your body is your business, right? Like we need to actually prioritize working through our own stuff if we want to have a bigger impact, if we want to be more visible, make more money, have more of a legacy that we leave behind. And so, I tell people like when if it's not right, it's not right. And the women who work with me, they're all in. Like they're committed to their growth and they know that it's not going to come at, $500.
Wow. Sorry, are you an ex-teacher or something?
So I went to school for counseling. So I studied a lot of psychology there, but I was a nanny for a lot of years. So I guess
The
you
way
could,
you break things down. I taught high school for 10 years.
so.
So when I see someone that's got the gift, I'm very quick to really kind of, Wow, you break things down very well.
Thank you. So what got you into teaching women to sell?
I was teaching men, and then I thought, this sucks. So, yeah. And, you know, that there was a group, like a Facebook group. There was a women helping women scene. That you've seen these groups on Facebook,
Yeah.
female entrepreneur community. And so I asked my friend, like, where are you making all this money? She said, in the women helping women scene. And then I said, Jay, I'm going to give you the groups, but it's only for women. So I thought, okay, thanks for that. And so I sent 10 messages to people, and then a lady called Whitney in the female entrepreneur group said, look, you can come in, just don't pitch the members, be cool.
Mm.
And yeah, that's how I formulated the whiteboard methodology, because every time I'd hop on a sales call like this, they'd be like, okay, who's going to blink first? You know, and so it's like opening up the whiteboard just allowed the nervous system, because I guess you can tap into the subconscious mind when the nervous system's like regulated, right? It's not sort of kind of, you're not at that heightened, the guards up. So yeah, that's that whole element there and things. How would you like people to remember you?
To remember me from working together or like on the planet?
What's your impact on this planet, Quinna?
The more women that I can help feel safe in their own body and really find their own purpose and impact, then the happier that I will be. If I can be remembered as someone who helped people to trust themselves more fully, then that'd be great for me.
What's the major block in terms of people getting to that next income level that you find? Is it shame? Is it thinking that money is the root of all evil? Imposter syndrome? That what block do you find is the most common?
There's a part of them that doesn't feel safe reaching that next level.
Mm.
Because the subconscious, it controls the nervous system. So if you have a subconscious belief that reaching that next level of success means that you won't be able to rest, or you won't be able to slow down, or you're going to be unsafe on some level, then your subconscious will activate everything in its power to make sure that you don't get there.
Okay. How do you clear these blocks? You punch them away, dissolve them, put them in water, drown them in water. The water method. We're going to drown those blocking beliefs in your subconscious.
So it's really about getting to the core of understanding why your body doesn't feel safe and what those beliefs are that are keeping you from accepting that next level as normal, and then really repatterning them. So you get to, now I understand what that belief is. Like for some people, it's, you know, I was talking to someone the other day and they said, I'm not ready yet. Like once I reach that level of success, I'm going to be so busy. I'm not going to have any time to do the things that I love to do. I just looked at her and I said, well, what if you create success in whatever way you define it? You're the one who's creating the success. So is it success if you don't have any time to do what you became an entrepreneur to do, which is to have some freedom, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's just about reframing and then rewiring your brain so that when you think of it, you're not activating that fear. Instead, you're shifting it into, okay, wait, success to me isn't necessarily having 100 clients. It's about having the freedom, the choice freedom to do what I want when I want and to work with the type of clients that I want.
Wow.
So it's really, it's actually a lot more simple than I think people, like when people are like, oh, like, how are you going to, dissolve my block? It's not about dissolving your block. It's more about just reframing the way that you relate with yourself and with the world around you.
Great point.
Did that answer your question?
You know, sometimes you just gotta let the answer land. You know, just enjoy the answer. Tell me in terms of, have you written a book? Is a book on the cards? Because book on the cards for you?
So I'm actually in the process of writing a book.
It should be. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
How's
And
that?
I've always wanted to write one. And I just, in the last month or so, I just sat down and was like, it's happening now.
What's that process? Have you got a book coach, or like you just writing, or like, yeah, tell me the deal.
Yeah, so I have been doing a lot of, at first I did a lot of studying. I read some different books. I listened to things giving me some guidance on how to formulate it. And that started to actually make me get in my head a bit and start to overthink it. And so I just decided, the more that I just write, and I'm doing a combination between like just doing prompts and just like free writing for a certain amount of time and then narrating, like asking myself questions and then just speaking and, keeping the transcript and then combining those. It's quite a process. Especially because I want it to be, mine 100%. Like with AI, I know a lot of people are writing books, but AI is writing most of them. And I'm not against AI. I think it's an amazing tool, but my book needs to be mine. It needs to be my voice, my words. Like it needs to come from me. And so finding the way to let that come out and make it be completely clear and relevant and also incorporate my life, some of my life story, which is super, super unique. It's kind of an adventure.
It's going to make you grow, like in terms of 100%. Like, I think it's helped me to take my methodologies to another level. It's taken me a year to write the book because initially I wrote it based on like just a logical basis. But then the more I read, the more I tapped into the subconscious mind and, did more research. It really does make you a better expert. And when you lean in, if you think 90% of the results come from the subconscious, isn't it an idea to focus on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And isn't the industry soiled by the amount of focus on what people are doing consciously, but not really the beliefs, the emotions, the habits, the long-term memories, the traumas, like without really focusing on that? So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very easy because it's logical and it makes sense, right? So it's natural to focus on all that. But it's so relieving when you start to understand, the bigger picture.
100%. Let them know, how can they get in contact with you, who specifically you're looking to serve?
So you can contact me through my social media, which is Quinna Oceanna Water, and my email, quinna@quinnawater.com.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the best ways to contact me.
Amazing. Quinna, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Wishing you all the best with the book and more growth, more life to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
She,
much for inviting me on here.
no worries. She sells. That's Quinna Oceanna Water. She did. We love water. We love water. That's it. I don't know why I did that, but hey, she sells.